We're here today with expert real estate attorneys, John Iowanu and Anthony Bauza, here to give you the latest COVID legal and marketing updates. First, I'm going to start with 2 new COVID updates. Number 1, mask mandate. It's for 6 counties, including Miami, Aventura, Miami Gardens, Hialeah, and so forth. You must wear masks in public now. So that's to protect ourselves since the numbers have been a little bit climbing. So we want to keep our distance, as you see that we're doing, the social distance, 6 feet, and having masks and all the precautions when we're in public. And we'll get into that with showings, virtual tours, etc. as well during this broadcast. Number 2, there's a new rule that just was made official today from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Visitors from hotspots, including Florida, Texas, and other states, now are required to have a 14-day quarantine when they visit New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut. So we have to take precautions to keep safe during this time period. And that's why we're also giving you all the updates weekly. And you're welcome to also contact us as needed with any questions about COVID, about title, closings, clients, etc. So, as you know, our main office is in Sunny Isles. We do live closings in our office following the guidelines. As needed, we do curbside closings or in any locations needed. We do closings as needed when clients are out of state and or out of the country as well. So we're here to assist you during this time. Also, I'd like to present good news. The figures are good as far as for Florida. In fact, the Kennedy Winter Home sold for $70 million in Palm Beach. In addition, there have been other sales, especially a surge in May of standalone homes. Single family homes priced at $1 million and up surged 45% in Miami-Dade compared with a year ago. Contracts for 7-figure homes in Palm Beach increased by 26% and in Broward by 23%. So the contracts, especially for condos, now are also increasing as the restrictions are being loosened up. One of the questions that we want to start with is, when preparing a contract during these times, what should realtors remember to do? And that I'm going to address to John.
Right, so what I recommend all realtors doing during these times when preparing a contract is extending all the deadlines. There's basically 5 of them in the contract. There's a deposit, the inspection period, the financing contingency, the approval period for the association, and also the closing date. So if you, starting with the first one, the deposit, if you leave it blank, that's 3 days. But what we're seeing now is more buyers, instead of dropping off the deposits to our office, they're mailing them in by regular mail. So I recommend putting in that spot, instead of leaving it blank, putting 5 or maybe 7 days. Regarding the inspection period, if you leave that blank, it's 15 days. I definitely recommend at least 15 days, maybe 20, but do not put 3, 5, 7, or even 10, because finding inspectors nowadays is a little bit more difficult, and also allowing inspectors into certain areas as visitors can sometimes be challenging. So consider extending that deadline as well. The financing contingency, loans, the loan period should be, if you leave it blank, it's 30 days. I recommend 45 days, maybe even 50 for that one. Association approval, if you leave that blank, it's 5 days. I recommend 7 or 10 days for that one as well. And the closing date, if it's a cash closing, We normally can close within 2 weeks, but I recommend extending that to 3 weeks. And for loan closings, normally it would take around 45 days. I recommend extending that one to at least 60 days.
Okay. Another question that was asked is, what if my seller wants to do an in-person closing, showing? What do I do?
You mean when a seller does not want to wants to stop in-person showings?
Stop an in-person showing.
Because we've been hearing some sellers don't want people coming into their homes during.
Correct.
So ultimately, the seller has full control over how they show their property, and you can't force them to do in-person showings. If they do decide to not allow in-person showings, I recommend getting that in writing from them in an email or something. And also, I suggest extending the listing period. If they don't want to show it for a month, you might want to add an addendum to the listing agreement, extending the listing period. And then also advise the seller of alternative marketing opportunities like you provide, which is the virtual tours, the live tours using Skype or Facebook or doing 3D scans, and also virtual staging are all good tools to use during these times.
Agreed. And there's been incidences reported, which is another reason to do the virtual showings or the live showings and opens, including a Keller Williams agent was attacked and beaten during a open house on June the 20th in Lynchburg, Virginia. So incidences like this can and do unfortunately happen. So I do recommend looking at these other options in addition as well, and I'm happy to help you with those. Okay, if you're allowed to do an in-person showing, can you limit it to only pre-qualified buyers?
Yeah, it's a good question. The answer is yes. Both buyer and seller agents can ask for a pre-approval letter from a potential buyer before showing a home. That's going to save a lot of time for both the listing agent and also the seller's agent to make sure we have serious buyers. The only thing I caution you on is just make sure you ask all buyers for the pre-approval letter and not just some, so you avoid any potential fair housing violations. But yes, you can definitely require a pre-approval letter before doing a showing.
Okay, thank you. Again, there's been an extension, Anthony, for the evictions and the foreclosures. Can you give us the update on that, please?
Yes, so the FHA has extended their moratorium on evictions and foreclosures. They extended it now through August 31st. So borrowers with federally backed mortgages such as FHA, VA, USDA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they'll be able to actually, if you contact your lenders, they have several repayment options. So they will not evict and they will not foreclose during this time, and they will also offer you deferrals of payments, forbearance of payments. There's no interest or fees. The borrower needs to continue to pay taxes and insurance. There's also no credit impact if you comply with the forbearance program. So these are offered directly by the servicer or the lenders. So borrowers are advised to contact them directly to try to set something up with them if they cannot pay their mortgage.
Okay. All right, the next subject is cyber security, cyber fraud, fake COVID contact tracing calls. The FBI has reported a 50% surge in mobile banking, and that's probably due to the stay-at-home orders. Led to an increase in cyber fraud. 65,000 fake apps have been detected. The risk of digital mortgage and title fraud also increases when there is an exchange of data and fund transactions. So we want to speak about that because there's been an increase in fraud with the wire instructions, document errors, phishing, fraud attempts, and so forth. If you can address that.
Right. So there is an overall increase now that the majority of people are working from home, working remotely, doing a lot of banking and business over the phone, via email, and laptops. So it's definitely recommended. Don't click any links in emails, any text messages. Also, there's fake apps that try to look as if they're, your mobile banking application. Real estate transactions in particular are susceptible to cyber fraud due to the fact that we're dealing with large sums of money and they're being sent over wire transfer. So one of the scams that is attempted is usually either an email. Basically a phishing type email being received with different wire instructions or asking for a wire to be sent to a different account. So definitely we always recommend to contact anyone who sends you wire transfer instructions, anything that's provided to you over email. Definitely call and speak to someone at a known phone number that you have for them and verbally confirm any wire transfer instructions before you send out a wire. Once a wire is sent out, it's almost near impossible to get it back. So you want to make sure you're sending the money to who it's supposed to go to. So definitely always double check. All it takes is one quick phone call. Make sure that you receive the instructions and that you receive the correct instructions.
Correct. You need to be proactive and educated. If we send you wiring instructions, confirm back with us and make sure that you confirm that it's from us and you've received it, and we will confirm with you when we receive your wire. It's also good to have two-factor and multiple factor authentication. Be aware of the location of your stored personal information and only share it with financial institution and trusted parties. Have strong passwords and report any suspicious apps, websites, emails, and texts. So, anything else that you want to add for ensuring your success with title and closings during this time?
Yeah, my recommendations are definitely for realtors to use the tools at hand, the technology that we have as social media, as you mentioned before, the virtual opens, virtual showings. So although we cannot, get out there like we used to, and there's a lot of people that still don't want to, that shouldn't stop you. You can use social media to your advantage. Out to all your contacts that you have, and try to get things done virtually if you can't go there physically. Also, advertising the many benefits of Florida, especially people in the Northeast. Definitely, the weather is a very, very big factor that you could try to advertise to clients. Aside from our state has no income tax, and even to potential buyers from other countries. Florida is one of the more affordable cities in comparison to other cities around the world. So these are all things that you could use to market yourself and market Florida as a potential place for buyers to come and secure property.
Correct. Thank you. Be innovative during this time. A few innovations too that have arisen are face masks that are reusable, that actually um, have a USB port, eliminate virus tracing, and are disinfect. They're being manufactured now as we speak. Staycations are being advertised, and people are renting their homes, their backyards. One home went for either 25,000 or 30,000 a month. Also, private jet vacations are very popular right now, for safety reasons. So be innovative with your, as we discussed, virtual opens and tours. We can do live ones for you. We can add narration. We can add pre-recorded videos and pictures. We can create virtual opens for you as well. We can do 3D scans, and we're having a special on that, as well as 3D scans can be created for you from pictures that you send. We also recommend digital business cards. They come with a landing page or like a mini website that you can share via Facebook, email, text with one click. And it also includes lead capture. So you don't have to touch or exchange cards. So that increases safety during this time. Also, web alerts for your website turn viewers into subscribers. So we have a lot of tools to help you. And also, you want to market those virtual opens and tours. You want to get them in front of local and foreign viewers as well. You can get thousands to millions of viewers through different tools. We can help you with Facebook invites and Google invites with lead capture. We can help you with social media, targeted digital marketing, Facebook boosts, Google ads, and more to increase your success. So you don't want to just do the opens and the virtual tours, you want to promote them as well. So all is important. And we're here to assist you during this time. First and foremost is your safety. And we're here to help with legal issues. We include that in our services with our 2 experts. And do either of you want to add anything?
Just following on last week's numbers, our orders this week are still strong. So locally, there are people buying and selling homes and condos in the South Florida area. So things are still on a upward tick. So we again wish everyone well and to stay.
Right. And now that the sales galleries have opened up, showings and, developers are increasing. I'm going to report something else. The Wall Street Journal said the sales of new homes have increased by 21% in May, and the average sales rate increased by 24%. So, a lot of that was halted during the time period when it was difficult to do showings in person and difficult for move-ins and move-out, but that has improved lately. So let's stay safe and let's get the numbers down so that business can keep increasing. And again, we're here to assist you with your success. And if you want to contact us locally, it's 305-720-2844. We also have a toll-free number, 800-FL-CLOSE. So, Bow and Florida Closing and Escrow, thanks you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.